Welcome to Artist Kaleidoscope with Nancy Tansy Busher. Today our guest is Brenda Spalding. Brenda is an author. She has 3 children's books: Hayden's Garden, Hayden's Halloween,
Just Batty.
and Just Batty. And Just Batty is all about bats, how exciting they are, and children love it. These books are just selling like hotcakes. How did you get into the writing business?
I was sitting with a friend on July 4th a couple years ago, and she had written a little story with her granddaughter in it. I decided I could write a story with my grandson in it. I went home the next day, sat down, and wrote the story, Just Batty.
Tell us a little bit about Hayden's Garden. Now, we know Hayden is your grandson, and
He's going to be 4. He's going to be 4 shortly. I got the idea because he loves flowers. And he was planting some seeds to grow flowers and herbs. And I thought, well, how wonderful. I'll write a little story about Hayden growing a garden. And I always have myself in the book as grandma. And I thought, well, I can't grow a garden because I'm too old. So Hayden comes up with the idea, with the help of his dad and Mr. McGregor, who runs the farm stand, to grow pumpkins and sunflowers and sell the pumpkins at Mr. McGregor's farm stand for Halloween. And he gets us a little bit of money, and then he has to decide what he's going to do with his money, and he asks Grandma to help him buy Christmas presents. Because, of course, Christmas comes after Halloween.
I love the way the children learn financial responsibility.
Yes, it's a little lesson in commerce. He has to grow the product, to sell the product, and then what's he going to do with his money afterwards?
Yes. I think it's important, too, that, children learn young to handle money and also to save money.
Oh, yes, yes. Because when he does get his money, he has to put some away for college, and then he can spend some on his Christmas presents.
That's great. So the other book is
Hayden's Halloween, and that is the Halloween party at the family farm. They have one every year, and this year they have a special visitor come in the evening. They have the bats arrive because in book 1, Just Batty, he built a bat box and put it up on the family farm. And now, for Hayden's Halloween, the bats have finally moved into the bat box, and they arrive as a special treat for all their guests at the family Halloween party. And Mr. McGregor drops by and gives him his money from growing the pumpkins and the sunflowers. So each story is a continuation. It's a little series.
So what would you say is the age level for these books?
I would say the read to me before bedtime set up till they're about 7 or 8 years old. The illustrations are wonderful. There's really great, brilliant illustrations. And the story is simple enough that a child that doesn't read would be pleased to have it read to them at night.
Okay, now I understand that you're thinking about working on a novel.
Yes. I've actually done the first draft of the novel. Is totally completed, and I have to have it edited and critiqued and everything, and hope to have it ready for spring. It's my first attempt in an adult novel. Being used to writing just under 1,000 words for a children's book, it was really a stretch to try to get enough words together to make a full novel. But I did enjoy the process, and I worked through it, and I think I've got it pretty good.
What's the genre?
The genre is adult romance fiction. It is set in Salem, Massachusetts in the present day, but it has a lot of Irish history, a little bit of the Salem history. It's got a couple murders and the search for lost family treasure. I think it's come out very well.
So who's the love interest in this?
The love interest is a girl named Megan. She owns a gallery in New York City, a lovely gallery, just a small gallery. Her grandmother dies in Salem under mysterious circumstances, and she goes to Salem to satisfy grandmother's estate. While she's there, she meets this dishy mystery novelist who combines with her to start unraveling the mystery of the house that Grandma has left her, and the lost treasure, and the murders.
Oh my gosh, this sounds wonderful. You say this will be out, did you say in the spring?
I'm hoping for February. Yeah, there's a lot of little twists and turns, and you got to think about, well, who might have been the bad guys in this, and who's getting into the house. And she adopts a lovely black cat that she finds on her back doorstep. Is named Furball.
That sounds innocent enough.
Yeah.
Is this cat innocent?
Yes, totally innocent.
Oh, okay.
Totally
Just
innocent.
never know with Salem.
Oh,
you know.
I know. No, but the cat does get out of the bathroom. How did the cat get out? How did the cat end up in the attic? All these little things come to light. And there's gunshots, so it's really pretty good.
Oh, it sounds very interesting. You don't know yet how many pages?
How many pages? No, I'm just under 50,000 words. I haven't put it in page format for a book yet.
Yeah.
Doing it on computer pages is coming out to about 125, 150.
Oh, okay. And this will be a paperback.
It's going to be paper.
We're finding that paperbacks seem to be the way to go because, well, they're less expensive during these, financial times.
It's easier to carry around a paperback.
As a matter of fact, I've got one right here. You're right.
Yep, I can stuff one down in my bag and take it with me. But I'm really looking towards this novel really being good. I did send up the draft to my friend up in Massachusetts, and she said she couldn't put it down.
Oh, very good.
She said it was very good. She could not wait to have it in her hands as a full-fledged book.
Mm-hmm. I know that you're one of the founders of ABC-Artisans of Books for Children because we're both members.
Yes.
Yes. ABC is just about, what month was that it started?
It was
spring, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
April?
March of 2011.
Because we're just coming into our third year.
Yes.
Now, it's made some advances.
ABC Books for Children has come a long, long way. We are now accepting mainstream authors because they have the same problems that children's authors do as far as publishing, editing, marketing.
Right.
And I think the connections that we're able to make are growing by leaps and bounds.
An event that's coming up November 30th and December 1st, Matt Lachey. All of the ABC authors that applied were juried in.
Yes, which means we're doing our due diligence, we're getting our editing done, we're getting our punctuation right, our spelling right, our phraseology right. It's so important that you do that to get a decent book.
Right. It can be print on demand, but if it's not professional,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
No. It's got to be professionally done. You have got to spend that time, maybe even spend that money to get a professional product out.
We're thinking that maybe in 2014, we are going to transfer ABC, have a board of directors. Officers will be nominated.
Yes.
And then committees will be formed to cover the growth that we have evolved into.
Yes, it's growing so much that Nancy, who's a co-founder, and myself just cannot handle this all by ourselves. We have just grown so much, and there are so many demands on our time, as well as we are our own authors. Working ABC, we have our own jobs, our own commitments.
I think because it's growing so well, it's time to, slide into a more commercial product.
Yes.
That will give more clout to our members.
Oh, yes. The name ABC is getting recognized in the local area. If you are an author and you belong to ABC, they know that we are professionals.
Right.
Yes. We have our books in some of the local stores, and some of us have even gotten into Barnes & Noble and Muse Galleria and a couple other stores in the area, and they respect ABC authors because they know it's good quality book.
It's kind of interesting, too, that ABC stands for Artisans of Books for Children, but quite a number of our membership are mainstream novelists. In other words, writing for adults, but we've had a little trouble trying to decide how to actually word that because you can't say they write adult books because that has a whole different connotation.
Yeah, we don't do any 3X's or anything like that, no. Maybe a little hot romance here and there, but that's about it.
We're starting to pull together committees, and you have a photographer.
We have a photographer. Jackie Pasquill is one of our members. She does wonderful children's books. She is an illustrator, and she is going to be our photographer.
For the listeners who are not familiar with ABC, you can go on your computer, on your laptop, on your iPhone, on your MP3 player, key in ABC books number 4 children.com. That will pull up the website. On it, you will see who the executive panel are right now. There's an application form. You can read that over and see what your membership would give you.
There's events listed, some flyers, where our meetings are,
yes,
all that information.
Very shortly now, probably right around Thanksgiving, we're going to add all the titles from the different members. And so you'll be able to go on the website, see who's written what, read a little bit about it.
Very good. That'll be wonderful. And
I think if there was anything else on the website.
Not on the website, but if you...
There's a site map.
Yeah, there's a site map. If you do go onto the website and you find a book that interests you, please go to Amazon.com, to your local bookstore, your library, and ask them for the book. They will order it in for you, and that helps us immensely in getting the word out that we're here. We have some fantastic books for you.
ABC is a very good organization. I've enjoyed it, but I'm also ready to hand it over to officers.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's been fun.
So what do you have coming up?
I have the Sarasota Historical Society at the Crocker Church on 12th Street. They are doing a Pirates Day event.
Now, what does that involve?
There will be all kinds of things for the children, games, music, vendors, food, and it's just a wonderful day out for everybody. That's not going to cost a lot of money. It's a really good event to help the Historical Society.
What age group are we thinking for that event?
I think it's very family oriented. From 3-4-year-olds up to about 8 or 9 would really, really enjoy it.
So then what's next?
The next one, the Matt Lachey event down in Pine Island, Punta Gorda Way, and they have over 100 independent authors, and there will be loads and loads of books for everybody, all kinds of events. There'll be reading to the children, which ABC is looking forward to. ABC is taking down about 10 of our authors, and we will have a huge tent. Special parking areas, all kinds of things. It's going to be great.
I heard from a little bird that this event has worked out so well for the Pine Island Chamber of Commerce that they have agreed to run this for 3 years.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Now, Pine Island is
Punta Gorda Way.
Charlotte? Is it Charlotte County?
I think it's Charlotte County.
Charlotte County?
Yeah. It's going to be a truly wonderful event. Lots of media coverage. This is going to be a wonderful event. I
didn't realize when I moved to Florida in '98 that it was such a strong art community. And I don't mean community, I mean the whole county. Sarasota has Ringling School of Art, of course. There are, I forget how many universities and colleges.
There's quite a few.
Quite a few around here. Bookstores and art galleries. You know, when I moved to Charleston, I thought Charleston was the artistic fashion capital of the world, and no, it's not.
No.
I would say Sarasota to Naples, on up to St. Pete, over to Miami.
Yeah.
What a great place to come to.
The art and culture and theater, if you are bored in this area, there's something wrong with you.
It's your own fault.
Because there is always something to do. There are wonderful art exhibits, wonderful plays, concerts, music, everything is here.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful place to live. They call it paradise, and they do that for a reason.
Oh, yes, they do.
We've been speaking to Brenda Spalding from ABC, Artisans of Books for for children and author of 3 children's picture books, Just Batty, Hayden's Garden, and Hayden's Halloween. Give them a contact number so that our listeners can contact you if they choose to.
The best place to contact me is on my cell phone, which is 941-773-5340. I'd love to have you visit my website, which is www.brendamspalding.com. And from there you can see all my books and all my information, and I'd love to have you talk to me.
We've really enjoyed having you, Brenda. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.